How is the end? Yeah. Okay, this word burhanakum is made of two parts. Okay, one is burhan and the other is kum. Burhan is actually burhanun. This means clear proof. Burhan means very, very clear proof, bright proof.
Not Savari also.
Hmm?
Savari.
Oh, you're talking about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe, but in the Quranic meaning it is
Oh,
a clear proof. Okay. Burhanun means a very clear proof. Very, very clear. It has to be without any doubt. Okay. That's the difference in any other word and burhan. Whenever burhan is used, it means something which is very clear, bright, okay, definite proof. Okay. No, vague proof, but definite proof. Okay. And what the the weight or the wazn of this word is that it has the intensity of proof in it, not just a simple proof. Clear proof means it should be very intense proof. Okay. In Arabic, the words which are made, like, what's the difference between tufan, simple rain, and tufan? Tufan has the intensity of rain in it. Okay. So burhan, tufan, rahman, all these words have the intensity in them. Like rahman has the intensity of rahma in it. Okay. Tufan has the intensity of water, rain in it. Burhan has the intensity of the proof. Intensity of proof means very clear proof. Okay. Kum means your.
How about Bayyana?
Bayyana also clear proof. Yeah. So Burhan and Bayyana, both. Bayyana is used mostly for manifest, very, very clear proof. And Burhan also the same way. So Allah says, bring your clear proof or give your clear proof. Okay. Bring or give now will mean the same thing. Okay. Give me your clear proof or bring to me your clear proof. Okay. Proof of what? Proof of this statement. If you are making a statement that nobody will go to paradise except it be a Jew or a Christian, then do you have a clear proof that you can prove? If you have a proof, then bring it. Show us where it is written. When has Allah said that to you? Okay? Which place it has its foundation? Okay? So Allah says that bring burhanakum. Burhanun and kum changes when we combine, it becomes burhanukum. Because remember I said when you combine these two, burhanukum, and then burhano will change burhana because it's an object, something that you are going to bring it. Okay? So bring your clear proof. Bring your clear proof to confirm your statement that nobody else will go to paradise except if you are Jew or a Christian. Except if you are Hudan or Nasara or a Christian. Okay? So this is the meaning. Bring your proof, your clear proof. Okay. Then the ayah continues with the next three words. In kuntum sadiqeen. So the first word is in, then second word is kuntum, and the third word is sadiqeen.
So please tell me difference between in and inna. We have inna.
Oh yeah, big difference.
Inna.
What very big difference.
Thank
Okay.
you.
In means if. In means if.
So inna.
Okay. This is the word. In means if. Okay. Inna means surely.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's a big difference. This is sukun here. And there is the word anna also, that has two meanings. Anna means that and surely. So these are two different words. Okay. So in, if, Allah says if, okay, the next word is kuntum. Okay. So let's look at the next word. Next word starts with these root letters kaf, waw, and noon. To be, we saw this one. Kaf, waw, noon means to be. Okay. Now, from the grammar table, if we have these three letters fa, and lam, and there is the word fa'altum. Fa'altum. Fa'altum means you did. And this is plural. If you look in the table, fa'altum means you did. In the tense is plural, many of you did something, right? What's the box number there? Fa'altum.
Alta is number 3.
Fa'alta is for one person. Fa'altum is plural.
No.
Plural. Yeah. Means you did. Okay. So the rule is that when you add tum at the end of these three letters, it becomes past tense for you, plural. Okay. So if I do the same thing here, I apply the same rule here. So this word will become ka one tum. Okay. Same Arab here. Just is replace fa and lam by kaf, waw, and noon. Okay. So initially this word will sound like ka one tum, like fa al tum, ka one tum. It is past tense. Okay. Past tense of to be is you were. You plural were. So the meaning of ka one tum is you were. Okay. Kawantum with a fatha on waw, kaf, and a fatha on waw. Okay. Okay. Now let me give you some rules of the grammar here. We know that waw, there are three weak letters. Waw, ya, and alif. Three of those letters are called weak letters. In Arabic, they are called huruf illat.
Which one?
Alif, Alif,
Yeah.
waw, and ya. These are called weak letters. Huruf illat. Illat is from alil. Alil means sick. Okay, these are sick letters. Okay, why they are called weak letters or sick letters? Because when we make grammar of any of them or those three is present, they go through some changes. Those three letters go through some changes. And the reason being, again here, look at the wow here. Wow has a fatha on it. They don't match, fatha doesn't match with the wow. Okay? Because we know that alif goes with fataha, wow goes with dhamma, and ya go with kasra. That's the sound of these three letters. Okay? But what happens here? Wow actually ended up here with a fataha, which is not a match here. Okay? Wow should have been with the dhamma. So this letter is going to go through some transition, some changes. Okay? And there are certain rules. So what is going to happen to this letter? This letter wow here is going to fall out. But before it falls out, it's going to do some more damage. Okay? Its damage will be that the sound of wow is the sound of dhamma, right? It's going to transfer its sound to kaf. So with that, this word will become something like that. Kaf, which initially had the sound of fatha, when it takes the sound of wow, it will change to a dhamma. And then wow will fall out, and you will left with this word. So now it is kuntum. You will see this word a lot in the Quran, kuntum. Okay? Kuntum means you were or you became. You were or you became. Okay? And how this is created, it starts with the kaf wa noon. Then we apply the rule of the grammar of fa'altum. Then we find there is a weak letter there, wow. Wow has a fatha, which means they don't match. So it goes through a transition. And it drops out, but it changes its sound backward. So ka will become ku. And wow goes away. So kun tum. This is the word kun tum, which means if you were. If you were. In kuntum, if you were. Okay. Okay, so the next word is, it starts with these three letters, Sad, Dal and Qaf. And this means to speak truth or to say truth. Okay. Sad, Dal, Qaf, Sad, Dal and Qaf means to say truth. And if I add an alif in the middle, this word becomes sa, dekun. This is the person who speaks the truth. Sa, dekun. By putting an alif, we have learned many words like sajada. If you put alif, it becomes sajidun. Sajidun is a person who makes sajada. Abada and ba and dal is a person Abada is a person who worships. Okay? So sadaqa means to say truth, and a person who is saying the truth is sadiqun. So that person we call truthful. Truthful means sadiqun. Okay? Okay. Sadiqun is one person. One person who is truthful. Okay. Its plural is sadiqun and sadiqeen. Okay. Its plural is sadiqun. First, let's write down the plural. The straight plural is sadiqun or sadiquna. It means truthful. It's just a plural. Those who are truthful. Sadiquna. Those who are truthful. Okay? Those who are truthful. Okay? Now, if you notice in the Quran, sometimes it comes Muslimuna, sometimes Muslimina, okay. Kafiruna, Kafirina, okay. Munafiquna, Munafiqina. Okay. What's the difference in those two words? If the word is Muslimuna, for example, which means this is subject, like Muslims are doing something, okay, then it is used as Muslimuna. If something is done on Muslims, it will be Muslimina. So in English, it is subject and object. In Arabic, in English, Muslims will be remaining Muslims, doesn't matter what's happening. But in Arabic, depending on if they are doing something and something is being done on them, the usage will be Muslimuna or Muslimina. Okay? So the same thing is here. Sadiquna means those who are truthful. Okay? But here the statement is being made if you are speaking the truth. If someone is saying you are speaking the truth, then it will be sadiqina. The meaning will remain same, truthful. Okay? It's just the usage changes.
So if it's an object,
It's object, then it is sadiqina.
sadiqeen.
If it is subject, fa'il and maf'ul.
Right.
Fa'il and maf'ul. The doer. If someone is doing something, then he is fa'il. Then he will be sadiquna. Plural.
Object sadiqeen.
And the object is sadiqeen. Okay? And I just want to give an example of that very quickly. Truthful. If you are truthful. Or you were.
Does the same rule apply for feminine gender, Muslimati? So how would you convert that to?
Okay. So there two changes take place. One is, for example, samawatu or muslimatu or muslimatu. There are three situations. Okay? For example, in the Quran you will find Allahu, Allaha, Allahi. all three cases. Whereas Allah has a Dhamma at the end, so it's Allahu. It is when Allahu is being used as a subject. You will find Allah when it is being used as an object. And you will find Allahi when it has a harf jar before that. Okay? The plural of feminine gender, Muslimati and Muslimato, you will not find Muslimata. Samawatu, Samawati. So there are only two cases that happen, not all three cases. Okay? So these are the rules of a group, and actually I can briefly go over in 5 minutes over that. So look at this word, and these are from the Quran. Khalaqallah, Khalaqallahu. This means Allah created. Okay. Then look at this word, Aqradullah.
Doesn't it follow means people? Created
No. Allah, Khalaqallahu, Allah created.
People is Nas.
Then you will see in the Quran, Aqradullah. This means give loan to Allah. Okay. And third one is Kitabun Minallah. He. Kitabum Minallahi. Book from Allah. Or a book from Allah. Okay? The word Allah is being used in three different ways here. In this sentence, it is Allahu. In this sentence, it is Allah. In this sentence, it is being used Allahi. Okay? Why all these differences? Okay? Look in the first one. Allah created. Okay? So Allah is doing something. Okay? So here, Allah is doer. It is called an Arabic fa'il. Okay? In English, it is called subject. And it has a dhamma on it. And in grammar, it is called rafa. The literal meaning is that he is doing something, he is creating something. Okay? And someone who does something is called fa'il, doer. In English, it is a subject. And it has a dhamma on it. And it's called the rafa, means highest state. So in this, let's finish writing, then I'll explain this one.
Excuse me, sir.
Why we
Subject
use
in Arabic says da, ra. Subject in Arabic,
file?
file. What is that? The da?
Rafa'a. Rafa'a means higher state. Whenever you have a dhamma, that word is rafa'a.
Marfu.
Marfu.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Original word is Allahu. The original word is Allahu. Okay. Rafa means its state has a dhamma on it. Okay. Now in this case, notice that Allah is receiving something. You are giving a loan to Allah, so Allah is not doing anything. Right? You are doing something. You are giving something to Allah as a loan. Okay?
What do you mean by loan?
Oh, in the Quran says, give loan to Allah.
Like
Ardan
prayer?
Hasana.
Qarde hasana. Yeah. Give loan to Allah. So when you spend something in the path of Allah with the charity, Allah regards as a loan to Himself.
Give zakat or zakat to good
Yes,
deed.
no.
Yeah. So when you give something for the sake of Allah, Allah takes that as a loan for Himself and He pays back to you.
With
So this
interest.
is Aqradullah, give loan to Allah. Okay?
Big one.
So in this case, Allah is not a doer. Okay? But it is maf'ul. Maf'ul means something you are doing upon. Okay? This is object in English. And it comes with a fatha and it is called nasab. Rafa.
Even the one with the Duma is Rafa, the one with the Kasri,
Fatha.
Fata is
Nasab.
Nasr.
So if I say this word is in the nasab stage, okay, that means if this word has a fatha on it.
I locked myself out of my phone. I had to go home and get it.
And this is a min, is a harf jar. Min is harf jar.
Not from.
Huh?
It doesn't mean from.
Yeah, from.
From God.
Yeah,
from Allah.
from. Meaning is, but it is called harf jar. And harf jar changes into a kasra. So it becomes a kasra, and this is called jar. And this is so when there is a harf jar are 7 or 8 words. Min, be, with. So whenever those words come before, they change to a kasra. So the word becomes minallahi. Okay? If Allah is receiving something, not giving, then Allah becomes Allah. And if Allah is doing something, then it remains Allahu. Okay?